Right then, fellas. Trade recap for 25th of July, Thursday. London session. You know the drill. Standard procedures. Alright. Let's go over this bad boy. We are currently in this daily fair value gap. Right. Which is good. Good confluence for longs. Right, as well as equilibrium of this little range here. It's not the weekly range, but you know, it's the daily range, right? But I'm gonna just get rid of this because it seems to me we might be still pushing down in a bit of a downtrend at the moment. Regardless, let me get rid of this. Right. So we have this this daily fair value gap, you know, blah blah blah. We tapped into it, okay. We had a set of 4-hour lows here and a 4-hour high here. All right, as well as this fair value gap on the 4-hour time frame overlapping the daily. Pretty good confluence. Okay, so we had a clear draw on liquidity. All right, so. Once we swept these lows, and we also tapped halfway into the daily fair value gap, I dropped down to the 5-minute. Let's have a wait and see. You see this liquidity sweep here. Waited on the 5 minutes for some sort of bullish confirmation, and for me, it was the inversion of this fair value gap. This 5-minute fair value gap. So the fair value gap formed. It got inversed. I went on, placed my order, got filled in at 8814. So quite a nice fill. And then we progressed higher. The only thing which was concerning was this fair value gap on the 5-minute, which you see price tapped into and then had a reaction off of it. But after reversing this fair value gap, there was no need for to worry about this one, only because it has already balanced price action. So price has already come on up into here and then reacted off of it, causing a liquidity sweep. So for price to come on back up here, it's more than likely to progress higher since it's already been filled, if that made any sense. It's already been, you know, the job is done. This is a liquidity void, and the liquidity has been grabbed already and used to be pushed lower. All right, but this fair value gap, this fresh one, we just pushed past. So once we came back into it, that's when I set my order. Manually placed my order, risked 0.5% on the 200k. Labeled these highs. This. I think 15-minute or half an hour highs. Yeah, half an hour. Equal highs. So price, if it was to come on up, I'll move my stops to break even, which is what I labelled here, just in case it was just a short little liquidity sweep to then continue lower. So I'll move my stops to break even, and I labelled a couple of take profits. So I had a take profit 1, which was this hourly high into this hourly fair value gap. So I took some profits here. I closed 1% because I was up like 1.5. So I closed 1% there, and set a reminder here. This was the take profit 2, and I thought this was going to be the low of the week, since you know we're on Thursday, and we swept out yesterday's lows. So I thought this was going to be a low of the week. So I took about around, I don't know, I was on with 12 and a half lots. I took 7 lots off. So whatever that is, I don't know if it's like 70% or some shit like that. I don't know. I took about 70% off. We'll say. I'll let the runners run. I went to the gym, hit back. Very nice. Thank you for asking. But I hit take profit 2, set an alert, just in case, you know, we were going to push past this fair value gap. But it turns out on the 4 hour, it is also a fair value gap. So we caught the retracement to the fair value gap, not the reversal. Which is fine, you know. Still made a bit of money then. Was a risk-free trade. But yeah, the confluence we used was literally a liquidity sweep and then the inversion of a 5-minute fair value gap. So I placed my order on this other candle once this gap got inverted. Because, fuck off. As you see, we did, in fact, close above it. It's kind of hard to see, but this candle closed above. So I was watching this candle, managed to close above. And once we came on down, placed my order, got filled, and just let it run. Stops to break even, TP1, blah, 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 blah. As soon as we swept this buy side liquidity, the equal highs, we just dumped. But you know, that's why it's always important to take your take partials, take your profits at the actual set TPs. Just in case shit like this happens, where it happens to be a retrace, not a reversal. So with this high, talk about 70% off, maybe 60% off. I haven't got a clue. Then just let the rest run, the risk-free trade anyway. But it's pretty good. I'll show you proof of entry now, actually. Oh, I'm already in the corner. Sick. I'm already in the top corner. So now you see I am currently down 2%, just below 2%, which is pretty good. And the proof of trade, here it is. You see down there, this was yesterday's trade, minus 1,000. Today, we made back for the loss we took. Not yesterday because there was too much news. The Tuesday trade. On Tuesday we lost 1.1. Thursday made 2. So, you know what? Not bad. Not a bad trade at all. Just down, just 1.75%. No, 2.75%. What? 1.75%. Yeah, I'm down 3.5 grand. There you are, 3.5 grand. I don't know what that is in percentages. I don't get paid to do maths. I get paid to analyze the market. I don't even get paid because I haven't even got my fucking payout. But news on that, apparently, mine shall be sent in 2.5 weeks time span. So it might be 2.5 weeks, it might be before, it might be a little bit over. If it's a little bit over, I'm going to give them shit. But, you know. Cheers, Eunice. Fucking hell, Eunice. Stop messaging me. Top man. Also getting into trading. He's fucking killing it as well. He's smashing it. He's doing very well for himself. Yeah. Just down 1.75. Pretty decent trade. Nothing too special. The confluence we used was I don't know if you class this as a change of state in delivery. But I figured if we inverse this gap on the 1 minute, there will be a market structure shift. You know, I didn't bother labeling it because it's just simple market structure. We're gonna get a market structure shift on the 1 minute if we inverse this gap, which we happen to do. And the gap held for quite a long time actually. We inversed it, it came on into it, reaction, came on down into it again, a reaction, came on down into it again, and then big move up. So it's an inverted gap, held its own. And you see we got 1, 2, 3, 4 touches on the 5 minute time frame. Fucking hell. 4, 5 touches, and then still a reaction off of it, but you see we're dumping now. Go, you know, 4 hour fair value gap. We're gonna come lower. It's unfortunate that it didn't continue running, but I can't complain. I already take profits, and I didn't lose anything. Made my money back from the loss that I took on Tuesday, plus some. The market now, I mean, yeah, I've just made a video on this. Let me, ooh, nah. Let's have a look. Let me just take all these off, because I was eventually gonna add 5 take profits. I mean, it's a bit ambitious, you know, because the risk reward was like what, 1 to 20. But you never know. If you hold a runner, you never know how far it's going to go, do you? So it's always worth a go. Alright, so we're inside this daily fair value gap. I doubt we're going to close below it. If we do manage to close close to the bottom, tomorrow we might see a manipulation down, maybe to this daily order block. We might get a reaction off of this daily order block, which would, I can imagine, line up with equilibrium of this range. Looks like it will, and it does perfectly. So if this weekly, because it's also a weekly fair value gap, right? But if this weekly gap holds, I mean, we've got this fair value gap here, but that would mean we'd have to disrespect this daily order block and push below equilibrium, you see. So if we manage to close somewhere around, like, say this area here, still within this fair value gap, and then during the Asian we get a little drop, make a little low, so say we close somewhere here, right? Bit of market prediction for you, a bit of free source, right? So say we close this candle that is currently happening, we close here, right? Asia session, we get a little retrace, come on down, we get a little retrace again, we come on down into equilibrium and the order block, and then we get a reaction at least to these highs. That's over a longer period of time. On the 4 hour, that looks extremely shit. So prolonged. Can you see we got these equal highs here? So I reckon this will be the profit target for tomorrow if that play works out. Daily order block, weekly equilibrium. So price is now in a discounted price to come for these monthly highs. You know, it's on a weekly fair value gap. Would not surprise me if we see that, but we'll have to see. You know, you can't predict the fucking future, can we? But this is the play that I would like to take. So close within the gap, manipulate down, tap into the order block as well as the weekly equilibrium. We get a 5-minute or 15-minute market structure shift of some sort. Maybe it's like a, what you call it? Inverse fair value gap. Or even better, a market structure shift with an inverse gap. And if that happens, then I'm going to risk 1%. So that's like a pretty fucking solid setup for me. A foot with them heavy. Since it was just a inverted gap, I only risked 0.5%. Yeah, I don't want to overdo it now, do we? So that's my plan going into tomorrow. I'm not going to take any more trades. The news for today just came out. I mean, 1:30. We had all this news. And you see, we came on down from the news. You see, it's still yeah, probably still going to continue going lower. And then tomorrow's news, what we're looking like: CPI, Japanese yen. Don't trade Japanese yen. Half 1, 3 all day. I mean, there wasn't these G20 meetings. I haven't got a fucking clue what they are, but they were all day today as well. Didn't really affect the market that much. Markets are moving quite nice this morning. CPI for Japanese yen won't affect GBP USD that much. And then, so, half one is the main one. But I'll be in and out of a trade by then, most likely. Or if not, at least one of the TPs get hit. Then it's a risk-free trade and take some profits. But yeah, fairly confident with the trade that I took today. It was a pretty good one too. Pretty nice. But let's see if that prediction's right. And I'm going to leave it here. I've got curry. Curry and chicken. To scran. Whilst it's still warm. Hopefully. Yeah. Heard news about the payout. Pretty good news. 2.5 weeks. Just a hell of a lot more waiting to do. But once that comes through, then we can build on our capital. Finally. I'm working on this 200k one currently. Going to get one of funding, but I'm thinking MetaTrader 4 or 5. I think I'll go 5 because I've got that one on my computer as well. So I can play some trades on my phone, place one on my computer, then that's the 200k's orders placed, and then the DX trade account has been migrated, so hopefully the payouts for the 100k live one will be a lot smoother than this because I'm not waiting another 3 fucking months. I'm gonna ask him if it's not changed, then I'm gonna get him transfer the account to MetaTrader 4 or something like that. Which no, they can't do actually. I'm gonna have to transfer it to TradeLocker. Which would be fun. I've never used TradeLocker, so might be a learn as you go sort of mission. As it is with all this shit. Anyway, I'm gonna call it there. Right then. Good shit. Hopefully tomorrow this will play out in a bit.